Welcome to Cooking with Rescued Food.
Now, before we begin the program at Queen Elizabeth Park Community and Culture Center, it's important to acknowledge the land that we're on, Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation.
Food insecurity is a real reality for families right here in Oakville. And because of that, we want to teach you how to use rescued food to make great, healthy options for you and your family.
Now, all the meals that we're going to make today are donated to us as rescued food by Food for Life, our amazing partners for this program. It's important for us to have this program and start a conversation so that people can break the stigma of rescued food and feel a sense of community for everybody in Oakville. So let's go.
Hi, I'm Graham with Food for Life. I'm the executive director of an amazing organization that has been serving the community for 25 years. Food for Life has been rescuing food and impacting lives all the way across Halton and Hamilton, and we're not planning on stopping anytime soon. We go out to grocery stores, retailers, wholesalers, producers, and we rescue amazing quality food that you're going to see in these cooking demonstrations, and we get it back out into the community to help people who are struggling with hunger. People who are struggling with hunger look no different than you and me. We don't know why people turn to a food program for help, but we do care that they have access to good, healthy, amazing food. And that good, healthy, amazing food is readily available and is typically thrown out as part of our natural waste process of the supply chain. And we rescue this good, healthy, perishable food and then get it back out into the community. And with the help of chefs like you're going to see through this, show you how to turn it into amazing, healthy, good food for you and your family and your loved ones. So if you need to turn for assistance, you need a hand, whether it's for a reason or a season. Maybe it's a job loss. Maybe you're just looking to stretch the budget a little bit more. Or maybe you're just looking to learn how to eat healthier and put down the Oreos and pick up a squash. Give us a call or visit our website. And if during this time of COVID-19, if you're experiencing any challenges with mobility, ODSP, or any other health challenges that may limit you accessing regular programs in community, please just dial 311 and Halton Region will bring you into the system, and we'll reach out and deliver directly to your home. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. And remember, learn more, volunteer, and donate anytime at foodforlife.ca.
The humble potato.
Or as I like to call them, the Michael Jordan of the vegetable kingdom.
What do I use potatoes for? Potato salad,
Casseroles,
French fries,
potato curry,
gnocchi,
baked potatoes,
scalloped potatoes.
samosa,
I've put potatoes on my pizza.
soup.
You can mash them, fry them, bake them.
There's literally nothing you can not cook with a potato. And Chef Laura is going to tell us something really unique that we can make with potatoes, especially rescued food potatoes.
Hey, welcome everyone. I'm so glad you could join me today. So today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. We are going to be working with some potato. So traditionally you would bake this in the oven or you could cook it as a boiled potato on the stove, but today we are going to make a gluten-free cake using mashed potato. So what we're going to do is we're going to peel our potato. We're going to dice it small because that means it will cook faster in the water on the stove. And then we're going to mash it. And we're going to use that as our flour. So I've actually got some potato already done and it's just cooling down. So what we're going to do is we are going to cream our butter and sugar together and create a little bit of air. And this is going to help make our cake a little bit more on the fluffier side. So we've got our 3/4 cup of butter, unsalted, and then we're going to add in a cup of white sugar. Now this is called the creaming method. So what we're doing is we're just, we are breaking down the sugar crystals with the fat. So if you don't have a stand mixer, that's okay. You can use it with a hand mixer, or if you don't have a hand mixer, you can also do it by hand. So once we've creamed our sugar and our butter, we're going to add eggs in one at a time. So I'm just going to put it on low speed. And then what I like to do is crack into a bowl. That way you don't get any eggshells in here. And if you get an egg that looks a little bit off, then you're not ruining your whole mixture. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now that our mixture is combined, we're going to add our cold mashed potatoes. So I'm just going to use 1 cup. So we'll just measure them out. Just making sure they're nice and cold so that they don't cook your eggs while you're mixing your mass. Okay. So then we'll put these right inside. Again, if you don't have a mixer, just, you can do it by hand. So we've got our 1 cup of egg, or 1 cup of mashed potato. Now we're going to add in our, I'm going to just take this off so it don't spill everywhere. We've got our 175 grams of ground almonds and our baking powder. And then what we're going to do is we are going to add some zest. So I have an orange and a lemon here, and we're going to do a little bit of both. So when you are zesting, you want to make sure that you don't get the white part, which is called the pith. You just want to stop right there where it's still a little bit colored. This adds amazing flavor. I'm going to add a little bit of the juice of the lemon too, just to give it a little bit more. If you don't have a microplane, I'll just do a little bit of orange too, just for something fun. If you don't own a microplane, that's okay. You can actually use a sharp knife, and basically what you're going to do is you will use your knife just to cut down the sides of the orange. So this is the white part I was telling you about, the pith, so you don't really want that part. It's very, very bitter. So you can actually, if you want, you can use a sharp knife to take some of it off, but I think we're actually okay if it's a little bit like that. And then you would just use your knife to very finely chop. So I'm also going to add a little bit of lemon juice. So I'm just going to squeeze the lemon over my cupped palm, and I'm just going to let the juice go in between my fingers. So the reason why I'm doing this is because if there's any seeds in there, then they actually get captured by your fingers. So there we go. So all the seeds get caught on the top, and you get a lot of the juice in your bowl. Okay, and then just on low, we're just going to stir this until it's just combined. See, it's a little on the lumpy side, and this is perfect. This is exactly what you're looking for. You don't want to overmix your batter. This smells so delicious with the lemon and the orange. All right. So here we go. So I'm just going to clean down the edges of my bowl. To the very bottom too, and make sure that we get everything combined. And then from here, what we're going to do is we are just going to fold in our blueberries. If you don't have blueberries, cranberries would be a nice alternative. And here we're just going to fold. So we're just being very gentle. So basically you're moving your spatula up and folding over. Blueberries are a little bit delicate because they do release their juice, and then it will have a purple batter. So we're just going to leave like this. You can use frozen berries. Frozen berries are always good to have on hand. There we go. Okay, and then we will put this into our prepared pan. I'll show you what I mean by that. So what I like to do is I will just actually take my knife and I am going to cut a circle to match the circumference of my pan. So I usually just use a knife and I just go right around the edges of my pan just to mark where I need to be. Okay, and then I just use some scissors just to cut out the circle. If you don't have parchment paper, that's okay. You can use a pan spray, or you can butter your pan with some butter or margarine. And then what you can do too is, instead of using flour, you would just use your gluten-free flour if you have that on hand to put over top of the pan spray or the butter or the margarine, whichever you're using. Okay, so then this would just go straight into here. Sometimes what I like to do, little trick, if you just spray a little bit on the bottom and then put your parchment paper inside like this, then it will stay. Okay. I like to give a little bit of spray on top of my parchment paper just for security, that it will be released. And then we're just going to put this right into our pan. Okay. And just using your spatula, you can evenly spread it out. Okay, so then this will go into a 350-degree oven for about 40 minutes. It will be nice and golden brown on the top, and then we'll check it with a toothpick to make sure that it's cooked all the way through.
Hi, I'm Tanya. I'm the Supervisor of Culture Programs here at the town of Oakville, and I work here at Queen Elizabeth Park Community and Cultural Center, and we're here in the kitchen today about to see what Laura's bringing us from the oven.
Okay, so here is our gluten-free lemon cake. As you can see, nice and golden brown. We can actually use a toothpick just to make sure that it's done. So what you do is you just put your toothpick into the center, and if it comes out with no crumbs on it, then you are good to go. So we're going to let this cool on a wire rack until completely cool, and then we are going to just run a small knife around the outside, and then we'll put it on a nice plate, and then we can do a light dusting of icing sugar for decoration.
That smells wonderful. Thank you everyone for joining us today on this episode of Rescued Food.